everybody, welcome back to another episode of What's on the Table Tuesday, or what did I get myself into Tuesday? All right, so we talked about our last episode. I've got myself entered into a couple of group builds. Won the Iceman Challenge. That started, you'll see this video on Tuesday. This started on Saturday, August 1st. Kevco's build also starts August 1st. And Papa's Model Workshop, that one starts actually next month. So I've got just a little bit of time to knock out these two big projects on top of working on the pulling truck. So I did some modifications to the pulling truck. I'll show you real snippets of those. And pardon, I got this new phone holder, and it's actually got face recognition. It turns, and I'm not sure if I really like that. It's shifting me off a little bit. So yeah, I did some modifications to the pulling truck. I can kind of touch on those a little bit, but I don't want to give away too much because there's a whole build on it. But just some aesthetic things, and working on doing some 3D printing and stuff like that. So I'm not going to tell you what my designs are as far as the paint. That needs to be a surprise as that video develops. But I've got some really cool ideas to see if I can pull off. With that being said, I may have some big news, at least for me. I can't say what it is yet because I'm still waiting for the confirmation email back. I'm still waiting on that, but it is the weekend, and so I'm filming this on Saturday actually. I got a bunch of stuff going on this weekend, trying to get this build done, trying to record for that, so I'm just recording a little bit early, but you'll see this on Tuesday. So anyway, as soon as I get confirmation of the news, you'll be the first ones to know. I'll put it out on another Tuesday episode and tell you what's going on with that, and share that with everybody. Yes. So I've got some different ideas as far as what I want to build. Now you saw on the 49 Ford. I just opened these up. 49 Ford. This is for Iceman Challenge, and this thing is going nuts. You know what? I don't like it. I'm gonna manually put it where I want it. So anyway, doing the 49 Ford. This is for the Iceman Challenge, and I decided to go, the 55 came in, and so we'll be doing a 55 Nomad for Kevco's Wagon Off Challenge. Right, currently I've got another kit out, and I'm looking at some bashing stuff to go on, and I'm seeing what that kit will work, or if that kit will work with what I'm doing. So you'll see probably progression videos. You'll probably see some progression videos in my Tuesday episodes. I may throw some progression pictures in my community forum, where I can leave messages in the community link. I'll probably put some there, but I'm gonna save I think I'm gonna save the full build, so you'll get little snippets of where I'm at, and then once the challenge is over, because I don't want to reveal everything right away, so you'll end up with a full build videos. Hopefully I make it worth your while. So I got some pretty cool designs and some stuff I've never tried before, and so it's going to be an adventure for me, and I'm happy to bring you along. So with that being said, I'm going to flip you around, and we'll do some table talk, and I'll show you what modifications I've made to the pulling truck, and yeah, let's head to the desk. So I'm trying to have, as he would call, a stair session, and this, I'm bumping the phone. I don't know how you guys move your cars around, because every time I try and move the car, I drop tires or I bump sticks. See, nothing stays up. So I'm not sure if I want a rake that looks like that, or if I want to pick that up. So I'm just trying to get it to talk to me, which is true. All my models tell me which way they want to go. When I start working on them, it tells me what kind of paint it wants. I've tried to line these up, and every time I try and line them up, they fall over. So I keep stacking them up back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I just don't know what I want to do. I kind of had that Gaahleri theme looking in my brain in the beginning, and that's where I wanted to go with it. But the more I pick the front end up, and the more I dump these sticks over, it stops talking to me. It stops talking to me when it gets up there. And I don't know if it's going to come back to me when I get into paint. So I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to paint the car first and then let the suspension tell me what it wants, or if my brain's just going with the first thing I thought of and sticking the front end down. When you look at the 49, that same kind of reference, popsicle sticks are the worst. Now that kind of vibe tells me it wants the front end up in the air. So I think if I go different, it's going to be more, that kind of gives more of a funny car look. Yeah, see, this one tells me, this one doesn't, I don't get the warm and fuzzies with the front end down on this one. I think if I went down with this one, I would probably want to look at maybe some 22-inch scaled tires and rims with a little bit lower profile, make more of a street machine. But that's not what my brain's telling me to do. It just seems like this one just wants to fight me. Not the model, but this tripod. So that's kind of that look. I was smart and I put tape on those ones, but I've been adjusting these ones so much that to try and put tape on them, I take one away, I put two on. See, this car is telling me to lift the front end up, but that 55 is telling me to lower the front end. All right, lots to think about in a short period of time to get it done. This is coming with a bit of stress because I only have a little bit of time to build. Well, I mean, a couple months. That's still a lot of time, but so I printed off a little while ago. I printed off this earlier today some 25 or 1/25th scale tires, and it's the direction I wanted to go because I like the way they look. I like the rim, but the problem is they're smaller than 1/25th scale tires. So I'm not sure how that worked out in editing. So if I went with those ones, see, those look too small. So I'm currently printing out a set of 1/24th rims and tires. The front fill up the wheel well pretty decent. The back one, on the other hand, I don't know. And these are actually rims off the Nova SS Pro Street. They're so much bigger. I don't think it would have them sticking out like that anyway, but okay, so that's where we're at. That's what I'm doing, and bear with me, and we're gonna move forward with these builds. I'm not sure how much Frankensteining I'm gonna have to do, but I'm prepared to do that. I have a vision of what I want, and I just gotta be able to get it there. I gotta be able to put it on the table. And so this comes easy for some people, and for others it doesn't. So this is going to challenge me, and I'm glad it's going to. I just hope that, what I have in my mind is going to go on, is going to be able to go on the build table, and it's going to make sense. So let me get you back up in the other phone holder and stand by. See, I like this holder a whole lot better. Just the only problem is if I'm not paying attention, my phone, it wants to shoot, where's my finger? Vertical instead of horizontal. So there's that. The pulling truck build, I've done a couple different things. I have shaved the weight box. Now see, I have to bend my phone down to get the image in here. When I do that, it puts my phone at risk of going vertical. So I ended up shaving the weight box. Weight box stuck out oh, probably about to here. And that puts it a little more aesthetically correct, a little bit closer. The visible sump will go down inside the frame, and I got to get a reservoir that sticks right here. There was a little T-handle shifter that I had from a build that I just did, and I threw it away, and it would have been absolutely perfect for the shutoff right there. So I'll have to make another one. So anyway, I kind of showed you the build on the last episode, but that's kind of where this one is sitting. I've been in conversation with my graphics person, and they are working on them this coming week. So hopefully I get an answer as far as that goes. And this tonneau cover, I don't know if I talked about this tonneau cover in the last episode or not, but this one came off another build I had, and he does run a tonneau cover because the inside of his box is open. It's just the frame, it's just the rails around it. So they run fiberglass bodies. But he does have a tonneau on there, and this may find homage there, but I'm going to have to trim this out because that sits up way too high. This is designed to go like over top of a bed, which would be perfect if it was a little bit longer, or this way. So anyway, I might try and make that work. And I did change the motor a little bit as far as paint. Again, I'm not trying to take too much away from the final, but it dawned on me he changed his heads too. He has chrome heads on his motor now. But there's the motor. Sits right down in the cradle. Everything fits like a dream. There we go. Let's bring you in real quick for a shop card shout out. And then I'm gonna clear off my table, and then I'm gonna get to working on this 49 Ford Coupe and make this come alive. So that's gonna be the first one I start. That's got a little bit more time constraints on it than the one from Kevco. The wagon build isn't done till the end of the year. And then of course I've got the other one, the 55 Chevy that I'm doing for Papa's Model Workshop. And his actually started yesterday too. No, his starts next month on October. No, August. Yeah, September. So I'm sorry, September 1st. Papa's Model Workshop starts his. So anyway, he gave me a huge shout out on my channel, I guess maybe about a week ago. I was just happened to watch him, and he was talking about the group build and going over some of the rules and such. And he mentioned my channel, that he had stumbled across it, and just gave me some really good, encouraging words about the channel. And Papa's Model Workshop is one of the channels. There's a ton, but that I gravitate to. I really like his presentation. I like what he has on his channel, and I really like the way he delivers his content. But so anyway, I joined his group build, and he's doing an American Graffiti build, And I chose the 55 Bel Air in lieu of a 55 150 driven by Fulfa. And because the 150 is just, you can't find them. They're gone. So the only option I really have, if I wanted to create the 150, is I could sand off the trim. But the paint scheme that I've got in mind for this build, I think we're gonna leave her on. But his rules were pretty relaxed. It's a fun group build. So anyway, if you've never heard of Papa's Model Workshop, and I'm not sure why you wouldn't, go visit him. Give him some love. He puts out some really cool content. He really does. But anyway, he had, like, out of nowhere, he had stumbled across my page or my YouTube channel and gave me a huge shout out. And to me that's huge, So, yeah. But anyway, some nice words on the back. And so I had sent him my shop card, and he sent one back to me. So it looks like it's a second shop card sitting there. Anyway, cool design. That is a pretty sweet looking truck. He does some beautiful work. So again, Papa's Model Workshop. Go follow him on YouTube if you haven't already, and show him some love, because he's got some cool stuff on his channel. So that's about all I got for today, for your Tuesday, for what did I get myself into Tuesday. And yeah, this is gonna be a fun ride. I don't know where to start, like a kid in a toy store. I just don't know what aisle to go down first. And so I really think I need to get the vision of the final assembly image that I want, and I need to work at creating this car to meet that end goal. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Like I said, today's Saturday. You're going to see this on Tuesday because I've got way too much going on to do this on a Tuesday and get it edited and thrown on the tube. So, with that being said, pray for me. This is going to be a heck of a ride. Built to Scale Garage. We'll see you on the next build. Take it easy.